Hey guys, I am back here in the shop with a really cool project, I think anyway. Based on some other videos, a customer had wondered what we could do with his KnifeWorks Special Edition Benchmade 810. And I have this one here because this is from my personal collection. KnifeWorks is an online retailer. They also have a brick and mortar store. But they work with Benchmade, and they have some KnifeWorks kind of special edition or KnifeWorks exclusive versions of different Benchmade knives. They do that with a couple different knife companies. And the 810 is normally kind of a hard use, military type knife. But one of the things that KnifeWorks does with Benchmade is they put out kind of a fancy schmancy version of the 810 with a higher grade steel and fancier scales. This was the kind of older version of what's in here. You can see they've got the blue and black layered G10. I really like this one. The original 810 has a high carbon steel blade that comes in M4, so it needs to be coated all the time. But this is an M390 blade, so they can give you a really beautiful satin finish on it. Because of the changes, it doesn't come with a glass breaker. They don't consider it a hard use knife anymore for some reason, but it's more of a showy knife than the original 810. And it's really beautiful. The newer version is really the same, except they changed the scale color to the KnifeWorks kind of standard gray and black. But other than that, it's M390 steel. It's all the same. But this customer decided that the standard gray and black with the satin blade was a little bit boring for him, and he wanted to know what we could do that was going to be a little bit different, and you can see it right there. And that's all he said. He said it's boring. He wants something different and unique. And working with just some ideas he threw us and the kind of our own creative juices flowing, we came up with an idea. And keeping in mind that this is very similar, this is exactly what the blade looked like when we started. And I still have to laser on some logos to make it look Benchmade-ish. But this is what we had to, this is what we came up with all together. So you can see before I even opened the knife. And yes, the clip's on the right side. He sent it to us left-handed, so we put it on that way. But we came up with a scallop motif for the swedge and the upper edge for when it's closed. Sort of matched that design on the scale. And kind of a freeform urban camo in 3-color Cerakote on the blade. The edge was all masked off, so that's still the original edge. Now, the owner is very, very happy with this design. We're very happy with that design. It definitely is not boring anymore. And it really reminds me of that kind of zebraflage or the dazzle camouflage that they used to put on ships in World War II. It's hard for me to do it like this because normally when I close the Benchmade, I'm using the clip for leverage there, but everything is still nice and perfect. We also did nice cobalt, Cerakote cobalt on all the hardware. You can see on the axis and all the screws. And what was important to him was to be able to use this as a hard use knife again. So I had to scrounge the correct back spacer with the glass breaker on there, so we did that for him as well. I think this came out really, really nicely. From that to that. The 3 colors we used here are Battleship Gray, Armor Black, and Hidden White. So what I have to do now is take it to the laser, put the logos back on, and put the shop and the DocP logos on the back side there. And this is going to be ready to send out to the owner. What do you guys think? I think it's a bit busy, but at the same time, That was the whole point of that dazzle camouflage scheme on the ships in World War II. It was to be so busy that submarine captains looking at it had no idea which end was up and which way, whether it was coming or going. And it really screwed up their firing solutions for their torpedoes. It really made it hard for them to get an accurate gauge of where the shot was going. I like this a lot. And the important thing, like I said, the important thing at the end of the day is does the customer like it? And the customer really, really likes it. So, does not look boring anymore. Anxious to hear your thoughts on this one, guys. So, I hope that this was cool for you guys to see. I certainly had a good time working on it. These are some of my favorite kind of projects where, I get to work hand in hand with the customer, the owner of the project, of the thing, and he just gives me the ideas and then says, this is kind of what I want. You kind of go crazy. I do like working with somebody who knows exactly what they want as well. It makes it easy, but it's not as fun and creative that way. I got a lot more stuff to do today. Brand new Mora in a box. It's my Mora in a box. You'll see what this is for real soon. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. You guys are all totally awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.